Hey, everybody, it's the coach. You're tuned in to Sunday Night Football on EA Sports.
All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They go play action here on first down. Throw left side complete. That's Jensen. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
All right, here we go.
Play action. Ryan. And his throw is incomplete. A look here on your screen at how Washington's going to line up defensively. Right now they're ranked number 29 in the NFL against the pass, so 4th from the bottom, Charles.
They're in the bottom 10 in the league. I mean, when you look at their talent, you would think that they'd be much better. Overall, I don't think there's any question you'd have to say that they've underachieved.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
All right, here we go.
From the gun, it's Ryan. And he comes back with one complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff.
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he's going to be hit and driven into the turf. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that. Give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Set! 3-19! 3-19!
Now it's Ryan. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Ferguson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90.
From the shotgun, Ryan. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? Now it's Ryan. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
Some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings.
I'll start offense.
And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
Hurry up. Here we go. Blue line it.
Throwing again. Ryan. His throw caught at about the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 23 yards on the play.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that has to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
Here's Ryan. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
They'll give it to him up the middle, and he will fight his way in. Not giving up there, and he's got a Bears touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bears take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point attempt here still to come. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. A 10-play drive that time, and it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one taken just inside the 10. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. So out comes the Redskins offense now onto the field. And leading them out there, their 6'5" quarterback.
And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself like he is the man.
It's like you, assertive in our production meetings.
Well, especially when we talk about ordering dinner, ordering some
I was just going to say.
That's where I go.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37. Well, look at the starters now defensively for the Bears. They played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And what I saw on film was nearly an unstoppable pass rush. They had 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries. So now do you just max protect on offense, keep everyone in, and run, 1 or 2 receiver routes to make sure your quarterback stays up? We'll soon find out.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue line it. Blue line it.
On 3rd down. That's Wade, and he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big third down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Here we go now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And 3 yards there takes them to the 45.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground.
Set. Green 30.
And they'll go on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
To throw on 3rd down. Holt. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. Remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
The Redskins send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. It means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Encroachment, defense.
So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5.
Here we go now.
They'll hand it off to Kelly. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Okay, let's just make this one simple. We know that the running game is not their thing, but they can't just throw it on every single down without expecting some real heat from the pass rush.
Set. 3-19.
On 2nd down, Ryan. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player.
Here we go now.
No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
On 3rd down, Ryan. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. They want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
On 1st and 10, Holt. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 7 yards on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain here down to the 22. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Off the bootleg. Holt. And this is going to be incomplete.
They had a good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago. They're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs because he can really impact this offense. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Here we go now.
A give. This is Kelly. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
It seemed like the situation was 2nd and a mile to go for a first down, which screams what? Throw the football. You got to pass in order to try and pick up that kind of yardage. But in this case, they ran a tendency breaker because the tendency is for defenses to be out there and be set up for a pass. So you break tendency and actually run the football. That changes everything because if you're able to find a crease, you often have bigger guys working against smaller guys downfield. They picked up excellent yardage there to bring up a third down.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
And before they can get settled in here, time expires on the first quarter of action. 7-3 the score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears football here to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 6 to start things out.
Here we go now. Blue, 90.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Over the middle, complete. It's Ferguson. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
Now Kelly. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Now we're going to get a stoppage. It appears to be an injured Bear on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. On second down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A gain of 32 that time.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one. And let's face it, he is so amped up, wanting to get a good get-off on the snap, jump too quickly.
They will come up on a 1st and 5 following the encroachment penalty.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. They go play action with Ryan. And he can't corral it. Maybe a big missed opportunity there defensively in the end zone. And now third down.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
Play action. It's Ryan. And this will be a dump off for Kelly. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Bears will extend their lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Extra point attempt to follow here. Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it was finished by the touchdown run from the 15. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90.
And they'll run it here. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
Now a handoff looking right. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Now let's go. Green 39.
From the gun, Holt. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It's the first time that they've looked his way tonight, and he comes up with a first down on the play.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Set. Green 30.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Holt firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. First target, first catch, and a first down. Now they try the right side here. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And a solid run down inside the 30. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
And when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Let's go. Green 30.
Off the bootleg. Holt. He'll buy some time right. The improvisation gets him only a couple, but that's all he needed. 1st down.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a 1st down.
Hurry up, here we go.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
To throw on 2nd down. Holt got his man complete over the middle. It's Steele. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again. Back to throw. Holt. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on. How about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago. And another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
Set. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Looking to throw. Holt. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game. And now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. This will be a 37-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And a 2nd field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
It's not like you're going negative on my
partner. I was.
Sounds like you're thinking the 3's just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So,
well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
All right, here we go. Green 39.
Ryan now off the bootleg. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jensen. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat, make sure he touches it a few times. But as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. But he's done a really nice job of establishing them with his running.
Yeah, he's established himself well. Now can they put more points up? Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right.
Here we go now. Blue 90.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
Blue 90. Blue 90.
And they'll go on the ground. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back here right after this. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend.
All right, here we go. Green 30.
On 1st down, Holt. Throw left side complete. It's Steele. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Holt looking sideline, incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
The Redskins on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
Operating from the gun. Holt. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. This guy is in a zone. Remember, he had a sack hat trick last week. That got him NFC Defensive Player of the Week. Another one right here.
I love how you phrase that, in the zone, because I'm a firm believer that like a running back, like a quarterback, when guys get hot and get locked in, the same thing happens for guys getting sacks. Their moves are working, and they're getting home and putting guys on the ground.
The Redskins send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this will be down by a member of the kicking team just outside of the 30-yard line. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Here we go. Green 39.
They'll start on the ground with Kelly. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. On second down, here's Ryan. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock. Now Ryan on first down. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Now let's go. 319. 319.
Off the play fake. Here's Ryan. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. The Bears on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
All right, here we go. 319.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
And that last penalty makes this 3rd down play a little more interesting. 3rd and 5.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
To throw again is Ryan. That is caught inside the 5. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. In for the score. And the Bears will add on to their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Extra point forthcoming. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 15 now. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Nine seconds to play, likely the final snap of the first half as it's 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Green.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout called. So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action.
Here we go now. 3:19.
A final shot before break. Holt. And this one is incomplete. So we come upon halftime here at Soldier Field with the Bears out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. From there, let's head over to New Era Field to see what's happening with the Bills. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Miami Dolphins. 17-3, the final score. And finally, a good one on Monday Night Football between the Denver Broncos and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Now, a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. A pickup of 5 that time and a 1st down.
At first glance, I thought he just used his size in order to win the route. But he also had a little subtle move in there as well. Made the defender think he was going one direction and was able to track the ball in another.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Encroachment, defense.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction.
Here we go now.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, These pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Encroachment, defense.
So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the
Automatic
football.
first down.
Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Blue line it.
And they'll run it here. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Here we go now. Green 30.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Here we go. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Here we go.
To throw on 2nd down. Holt over the middle, complete. That's Burgess. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. That'll get them to 1st down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Set. 319. 319.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
Hurry up, here we go.
He'll get it up the middle. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
Well, sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, 2nd half. You're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
Man, not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Back to throw. Holt. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. As his guys are in for 6. And the Redskins are able to cut into that deficit. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range. but couldn't quite finish it off. This time, they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
So that drive, 12 plays in length, and it was polished off by a Redskin touchdown. So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at him turn.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails because they had it going pretty good last time too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
Now let's go. Blue Niners.
They go play action now. Ryan. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Ferguson. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one goes for 24 yards.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
Off the bootleg. Ryan. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
This is Kelly, and it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe you change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
Pass interference. Defense.
Well, you won't hear any boos from this home crowd on that call.
No, not at all. And it's been a long day for this crowd waiting for this game. It's been a long evening as well. Finally, they feel they got a call.
Ryan. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. In for the score. And the Bears will extend their lead. Such an art to dot the I, just get the feet in right there against the line before going out of bounds.
Such an incredibly graceful, athletic play, but also a lot of practice goes into it. They work on that to make sure that they learn how to train their feet to get down in bounds.
And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not. They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count. The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 15 now. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and the end result is a Bears touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And here come the Redskins now. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter. Went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
Now a handoff looking right, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
If these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 30.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9. And it'll be back to a 3rd and 3.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
All right, here we go.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Holding offense.
That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. They'll get a couple yards back, but not more than that. They'll be left with 12 yards to go on 3rd down.
All right, here we go.
From the gun, Holt. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Brooks. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Redskins with the football, but trailing here as we get down to the good stuff. Quarter number 4. throwing on first down. Holt. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
On first and 10, Holt. Throw left side complete. That's Steele. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Automatic first down.
And they've got another 1st and 10 as the penalty keeps this drive moving.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
319. 319.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I've played with. They have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team would say, hey, yeah, we called him the disruptor. And that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Holt. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that is going to set up 3rd and goal.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal.
Hurry up, here we go. 3.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Redskins. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Redskins are able to close the gap just a bit.
Well, they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker, this has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Point after, right down the middle. As this gets him back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3-and-out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Charles, thinking back to what you said in the first quarter, that part of the magic elixir for a road victory for these underdogs is going to be winning the turnover battle. Well, they only have one right now. Look at the scoreboard.
Yeah, not exactly playing to the form that I subscribed, right? When you talk about winning that turnover battle, that evens things out, especially for a road team, especially for a team that's an underdog.
Over the middle, complete. That's Hansen. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
All right, here we go.
They run with it. It's Kelly. Accelerating, and off he goes. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. 58 yards. And the Bears will add on to their lead. So he's in for his 3rd score of the game, and defense probably saying, man, we don't want to see this guy for a long time.
It's bad enough when anyone scores a touchdown against you, but for one person to get 3, it almost sets him apart from the rest of the game, and no one likes to see any of those players on a pedestal, not from the defensive point of view.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead is up to 15 now. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And a pretty good run there in the end to top it off. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded at the 8. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
On first down, Holt finding a safety valve here. That's complete. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
This quarterback now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Looking to throw. Holt. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
To throw on second down. Holt. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Operating from the gun. Holt. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Holt going right side here, and that's complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Throwing on 1st down. Holt. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Second and 10 now from the 27. Throwing again. Holt under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31.
I remember throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Set, blue, landed.
From the gun, Holt. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. That's to his running back, complete. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Holding offense.
Down in this one, they needed that score, but they'll have to hold at least for the time being.
You're exactly right. Points that they had to have. As you said, they have to regroup now and see if they can get them another way.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Going absolutely nowhere. They'll wind up losing a yard or 2. The Redskins go for it, but it doesn't pan out. And the Bears will get the football back. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Green 30.
They'll run it now out of the gun. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Caught left side by Collins. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. The 3 red zone trips, 3 touchdowns so far. They'll look for a 4th on 2nd and goal.
Now let's go.
Kelly to try to punch it in. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be 2nd and goal.
This is where coaches have to have spent a lot of time going over situations with their players, because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. But his thought process is getting into the end zone. It's counterintuitive for him to actually go down in this spot.
Yeah, but like you say, you don't want to get in the end zone too early here.
No, not at all, because you may leave an opening that could come back and get you.
So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Here's Ryan to throw. And this will be incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
3-19.
Kelly, 3rd and goal. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. And this one is right through. And that will make this now an 18-point ball game. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
This will be fielded at the 8. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So out now come the Redskins. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
On 1st and 10, Holt. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Back to throw. Holt, and he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Steele. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Looking to throw. Holt looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Simpson. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. To throw on 2nd down. Holt. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Holding, offense.
Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 34. They get just a yard back there, and now they'll be looking at a tough 3rd and 15. Operating from the gun. Holt. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Now we've got whistles here before the snap. Was this on the Redskins? I think so.
False start, offense.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for Chicago, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for the Redskins, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And perhaps fortunately for them, they'll get an early bye next week and come back to action in Week 7. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.